Hello, this is Steve Cramer, UNCG Business Librarian, with a short introduction to NAICS industry codes. These codes are the basis of industry segmentation, so you can use them for industry trends analysis, financial benchmarking, ratios, and also for finding competitors and business-to-business customers.
NAICS stands for the North American Industrial Classification System. U.S. Census maintains this to help us track all this data. And this is the official homepage of NAICS codes. If you are trying to get there from Google, just type in NAICS, and it's the first link. If you're on the Census homepage, it takes a few more clicks, topics, business, classification codes, i.e. NAICS, and there you go. So I'm first going to show you an example of finding codes, and then a quick example for them actually of codes in action. So let's say I'm interested in wine as an industry. Search for that. First thing to notice, there's more than one industry for wine. There's just grape growing, there's actual vineyards, so manufacturing in this sense. There's wholesaling and retailing, and maybe others too. So any keyword may give you many hits depending on what kind of industry it is. Wine industry doesn't exist. There's vineyards, there's growing grapes, there's wine reselling, there's wine wholesaling. Each of those is industry, so be very careful about what you pick. But wineries, for example, very short and sweet definition up here, and official number 312130. A definition follows, and then some cross references. There may be more than one. Here it's just to wholesaling. And each of these entries here or phrases falls under this number. So, for example, alcoholic cider, i.e. hard cider, is this industry also. So each of these could be a keyword hit that tells you what the top level industry name is in the code. Codes can change, that's why you have these 3 columns of data. So that's just keyword searching. Sometimes I like to browse instead, and if you click on this not well labeled link here, 2017 NAICS, you get the ability to browse the sectors, which are the 2-digit broad categories such as manufacturing, for example, or education. For example, restaurants. I don't know what's the best keyword to search for. I don't know what restaurants codes exist. I can go into this section and eventually find food services, and notice there's caterers, there's mobile food like food trucks, and then there's 4 main restaurant codes down here at the 6-digit level. And so I can look at this and say, well, it's probably not that or that or that. I really want this one. And there you go. You've got the full definition, and you can decide if this is the code you need to use or not. So I'm going to conclude with 4 fast examples of NAICS codes in action. This is the free census dataset service called Fact Finder, and I've looked for the NAICS code for wineries, and I limited the data to California. And now we have all the census data from the business patterns dataset, economic census dataset, and others involving this industry in this place. So for example, click on here and see the most recent data on the size of the industry in California. Here's the industry by number of establishments and paid employees and payroll. So one example. 3 databases. I have separate videos on all 3 of these if you want to learn more about them. Reference USA covers almost every business location in the country. I did a search for all of the vineyards in North Carolina, and here's the list, including the Biltmore Estate Winery. And then down here we can see the NAICS codes, more than one, assigned to this vineyard, this winery, from Reference USA. 2 more examples. IBIS World Industry Reports has all these different chapters. This one's on wineries, and here's the NAICS code. So if you didn't know what keyword to use, you could do a NAICS code search here too and get a good hit. And finally, BizMiner database provides financial benchmarking and local industry size data. I searched for restaurants and then noticed I had a certain NAICS code, and searched for that NAICS code by itself, got this list. Notice the little difference here. BizMiner adds numbers to NAICS codes to make them even longer. They do customized NAICS codes. So for example, here's a 10-digit NAICS code for Vietnamese restaurants. So that's one way they add value to the NAICS code structure. And I can click there and get all the different reports about this industry. So that's it. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, please let me know.